Rhodium lost up to 90% of its value as the market crashed last year, but the minor metal has begun to climb back up again on hopes of recovery. So just how much upside is there for rhodium? Well, Thomas Grob joins me from the Frankfurt Stock Exchange. He's commercial manager at Metals House TRADIUM. Thomas, how fair is the rhodium price right now? It's about $16.50. How fair do you think that is?
Well, the demand very much depends on the automotive industry, where about 80% of the world's rhodium is consumed. What price concerns, I would like to look back to the recent years, where we have seen a dramatic increase in price from 2005 until 2008, when the price reached its historical high of more than $10,000 an ounce. But when the economic crisis started, the price dropped, like you mentioned, dramatically down to a tenth of its value. And since the beginning of this year, more in May, June, price started to recover, reaching today's level of $16.50, being steady now for not having changed at all for the last 6-7 weeks. The price that we have reached now, I would consider to being very well rated and being in good balance with supply and demand.
Thomas, I know you've been buying rhodium. Is it a good time for investors to buy rhodium at the level it is at now? I suppose I'm looking for short and long-term investors. What are your thoughts on that?
The annual demand right now is about, no, the price hasn't changed, like I said, for the last couple of weeks. Also, we had summer holidays in most of the industrial countries. And if we look back to the last couple of years, 5-10 years, we have always seen an increase after the school summer holidays here in Europe, and therefore I would believe that the same is going to happen this year, especially since demands have increased again in China. If we compare China's demand right now, it's almost double compared to last year. At the same time, we also need to consider a sustaining risk in South Africa, where 80% of the world's rhodium is mined. There are a few things that I would like to mention, such as strikes, incidents in the mines, and of course the power supply, which is depending on just one company, Eskom, and we had a couple of problems in the last 2 years.
Okay, so
and that all will affect.
If we've got China demand picking up in the auto sector, you've got a trading pickup after school holidays, there's potential disruptions in South Africa from strikes and power strikes as alike. What is your price outlook for rhodium in, say, the Q4?
I would expect a price range from 1,600 to 2,000 for Q4.
And what about into next year?
I don't expect much of a change. We might see 2,500, but I wouldn't expect more than that. And also to answer your question about long term, if we just look long term, there are a number of risks that needs to be considered. I mean, we know that most of rhodium is consumed by the automotive industry, and bearing in mind new technologies like the fuel cell or the electric car engine, that all might have a huge impact on the rhodium demands, and as such should also lead in a decreasing price long term.
All right, Thomas, thank you very much indeed for your time on Reuters Television. That is all from us for now. For more commodities, join us for our regular look in the sector each weekday at 8:15 G. Thanks very much for watching.